What immediately sets off your bullshit radar? When a potential client says, "Our budget for this first one is almost nothing. But if this one goes well, we hope to get some funding and can do a bunch more with a real budget." I'm a nice person. Trust me. When I can't get it in writing. Can't hand me the contract. Contract will screw me. Can't tell me what the raise will be. There won't be one. Can't give me an itemized receipt. You're skimming off the top. My friend was wondering. Asking for a friend has become tongue-in-cheek at this point. At least among a couple friends I know. Most money gurus. Someone always being the victim in every story. Any sappy photo on FB with a caption like they don't think their picture will get any likes. Let's prove them wrong. I scroll past that nonsense so fast. I get friction burns. My phone ringing. 99% of the time it's a scammer. You don't need to count the money. I already did it from customers. Yeah. Now I'm really gonna count it. Message from that girl who called you fat and ugly in high school. Copyright airing. Hey girl. Long time no speak. I anyway. How would you like to make money at home and lose weight? You'll be an excellent member of my team. PM me hun. I only have 3 spaces left for gorgeous babes to join my team's XU, so hurry. They always f-king type lose weight instead of lose weight. When someone used my name too often in speech. Hi Leslie. It's great you've come to see me, Leslie. Leslie. I'm going to start by telling you exactly what the situation is and then you can tell me a bit about what your expectations are. Is that alright with you, Leslie? Runs away. Edit. Yes, I know it's a technique to help people remember your name. The problem is when it makes people feel like you have to do this one weird trick to remember them. Like most things in life. It's all about the execution. If you can't do it well, don't do it at all. When you start working somewhere new and they say we are all like a family here, major red flags for me. All my exes are psychos. Buy our healing Vegeta eggs that are used to balance hormones. Increase bladder control. Regulate menstrual cycles and prevent uterine prolapse. Of course they prevent prolapse. Anyone who tells you to do something but refuses to provide an explanation when asked why it must be done. A study mentioned in the book Influence. The Psychology of Persuasion said that by giving a reason, any reason, will increase your chance of getting your request fulfilled. If you ask to cut the line to use a printer, you will have a higher chance by just saying, "Can I cut the line because I need to use a printer?" Even though the reason doesn't technically add value. It is better than just asking to cut the line without one. When someone is trying to sell me something and calls me boss. The only time I trust someone calling me boss is at the kebab shop. See also. When someone claiming to be a veteran says their DD-214 is classified. My abusive ex-husband claimed to suddenly be a veteran to pick up girls. He never made it out of boot camp. He lasted a month and a half 8 years prior. He was seen around town frequently wearing his boot camp clothes. Even went as far to get a veteran pin for his work uniform. And was recognized by the grocery store he worked at part-time as a veteran. It's insane the things people do. When a car salesman says we're actually losing money on this deal. Who does that actually work on? All that says to me is that you're full of it. And you think I'm dumb. 1-uppers. It almost always instantly gives away that someone is full of shit. You think that's annoying? I know some 2-uppers. I normally wouldn't date someone your age. I fell for that way too often in my early 20s. Turns out men in their 30s and 40s who would date someone my age are pretty immature themselves. And often abusive. If someone spends a lot of time telling me what kind of person I am. I'm such a chill person. I'm not about the drama. I'm really responsible. You don't need to worry about me. I'm really generous and kind to everyone. If it were true, you wouldn't tell it, you'd show it. Bringing this up out of nowhere is almost always an indication that that person is absolutely not that way, but wants you to think of them that way or likes to think of themselves that way. Someone talking like they know everything, and that quote was from a YouTube video. I'll have a half giraffe of your finest rose wine. No credit? Bad credit? No problem. There should be several problems. Any message that starts with "Hey girl," referring to oneself as an influencer. You can trust me. I'm a martial artist and have been my entire life. Legit martial artists don't brag. They don't go out looking for fights, and they almost always try to do their best to defuse a situation instead of letting it escalate to fisticuffs. Now, if you meet someone that says one of the following: I had to register my hands as deadly weapons. I've been trained in techniques that are too dangerous to demonstrate on someone. I have black belts in every martial art ever. Or they mention a black belt in a martial art that doesn't actually have belt, like Muay Thai for example. Oh. If I had to fight that guy, I'd do insert silly martial arts lingo, and he'd be helpless. Chances are that person couldn't beat a drum. When I get a compliment, I immediately think, what the hell are you trying to pull? Do you have 2 seconds? It's never that. When a politician says, hot singles in your area want to bang you. When someone claims he have all life figured out. Chakra cleansing objects. Detox diets, drinks. Increase your penis size by 50% ads on PRN sites, and it's some dude with a 12-inch red rocket. People who speak in superlatives. All things cannot be the best or the most or amazing. I grew up with this guy where everything was described using superlatives. He'd tell you about insanely grandiose plans. Meanwhile, he could barely hold down a job. He clearly believed his own press. Edit. How this blew up. Thanks for the awards, people. Also going to add a clarification that there's nothing wrong with using superlatives in general. I'm more talking about the person that seems to have a need to speak that way. As if nothing in their life can be ordinary. So that's where I call bullshit. Also, for the people asking if I grew up with Trump or Boris Johnson, I'm afraid not. I did graduate high school with John Five, the guitarist, and also a girl who was married to Dave Grohl. That's it for my nearness to famous people. Both very nice. Hi friend I haven't spoken to since high school 20 years ago who has just friended me on social, and I can see Jesus lover in your description. Job postings that ask for people who thrive in high pressure situations. Literally nobody thrives in those situations. We get through them if we have to. But that's it. An unexpected knock at my front door. If I didn't invite you, you've got nothing I want. And everyone started to clap. Little guys who brag about beating up a biker and earning the respect of the rest of the gang. I've heard the same story about 20 times over the last 30 years from 19 different guys. The story. I was at the bar and this huge biker, cue storyteller on his tippy toes, arm raised indicating his opponent was at least 5'10", starts giving me shti. We take it outside and I kick his ass. An hour later, he comes back to the bar with 10 more bikers. They come up to me and the leader looked me up and down. Turned to the first guy and asks, this guy beat you up? The says, you let this little guy can beat you. You deserve it. You can avoid hearing this story by simply avoiding guys who wear form-fitting denim jackets with the sleeves cut off. One earring, but not the Osage ear, and a wrist bandana. Edit. Wow, Silver. People who talk and talk and talk. I immediately start doubting everything they say. Edit. It's nothing personal against people who do this. I get not everyone is lying. I just won't trust you at first. I have close friends who do this. But it took a while to trust them. You have a call from scam likely. Let me give you some friendly advice. I'm so OCD. OCD is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Jobs that don't come out and tell you the salary pay. Whenever someone tells me that some food drink pill will clears my toxins, I know I've done a number on my liver, but it's still doing its job as good as ever. Or someone telling me something is better because it's chemical free. I'm a chemist and know that even bad chemicals really aren't that bad for you in the amounts you're typically exposed. When someone starts talking about their extensive knowledge about something and purposely mispronounces words because that's the proper way of saying it, my real passion is my paper mache hats. There's a tone people have in their voice when they're selling bullshit. As soon as I hear it, I shut it down. I was at Walmart to do some shopping and pick up the new Hyrule Warriors game, and while I was waiting in the electronics area, the guy in front of me tells the employee working there that he wants their entire stock of the Animal Crossing limited edition Switches so that he could resell them online. Employee had enough of it, threw his keys down on the counter, got his manager and left. Apparently this wasn't the first time they had to deal with that customer. My son can do. My buddy's kid can do. It's too late to be red, but when someone shows me their hypoallergenic Bernie Little Puppy Rescue FCKU, that's a 3K dog. Only place you rescued that dog from was the mall. Ancient astronaut theorists believe. Astrology. That's such a Sagittarius thing to say. Happy cake day. Trust me. And we're playing Among Us. As if that's gonna make me say, oh. Gotcha. You can't possibly be the imposter then. People who say God spoke to them. Really? What did his voice sound like? One-uppers. There is zero evidence for. It usually means there is evidence that they've rejected. Also means any argument I provide will be rejected. I'm just supposed to buy whatever evidence they provide and accept their position. I'd say that's mostly correct. But there are some things that actually have zero scientific evidence for. Namely vaccines causing autism, abortions causing breast cancer, and 7-day creation. Strangers walking up to me and asking me literally anything about religion. I am not like the other girls guys. Opening Reddit. When you call someone out about a detail in their story and they instantly start with the think what you want BS. I am terrible at lying. I couldn't possibly lie. I swear. You would catch me lying. Every time I have tried to lie, people catch me because it's physically impossible for me to fake it. I can't get away with it. I just can't. I have a black friend. Hi. My name is, insert name, from, pick an MLM, and I'm calling because we're interested in interviewing you for our marketing associate position. It's not your typical marketing job. We're more of a direct marketing firm, so we deal in a more face-to-face environment. By then I hang up. Posts of text conversations. My mom works at Epic Games. To this day I still wonder how many cousins killed Osama bin Laden. I'm not racist. But anyone who is falsely accused in 2 separate incidents. Knew a dude a while ago who had been fired from like 3 places because someone stole from the register and blamed it on me. Like I can see that happening once, especially in places without cameras, but Five Guys, Foot Locker and Wendy's all said the same shit in a matter of months. Anyone who makes a statement starting with as a Christian or as a mother, or any other title, you being a thing, does not make your statement any more interesting or valid. Receiving a compliment. YouTube ads about business courses featuring big houses and fancy cars. It's a registered service dog. No Karen. There is no service dog registry. That vest is bullshit. Get your Shih Tzu out of Red Robin. That brown stuff that comes out the rear end of bulls. The word opportunity. Religion. Any and all. I will respect the significance of your beliefs to you and be interested and polite while you share with me your convictions. But I will never get over how 100% batshit insane all religious scripture sounds coming out of people's mouths. How creepy people look and sound when they're going into script mode. When guys post their undying love for their wife or girlfriend on social media. It's not just guys who do this. It means one of two things. A sign cheating on my so. Guys only want one thing. And it's f***ing disgusting. I hate drama. I'm fluent in sarcasm. Any Twitter profile that has pronoun jokes. When someone uses the word energy. If it's not about fictional worlds. Electricity or real science. I'm not anti-vax. But it should be everyone's personal choice. My partner is immunocompromised. He's on medication, which means that he, nor anyone he lives with, can have a live vaccine. I am completely healthy and can no longer receive live vaccines. When we have children, we will not be able to give them live vaccines. We rely on the herd immunity to keep us safe. If people don't, we and so many others are at risk. When someone starts giving altogether too many irrelevant details, it's often a sign of a lie. I talk this normally because A, I'm ADD, and B, I am primarily a visual thinker. When I relay information, it's like a Slider shell, and I get distracted by details. I'm mildly autistic and ADD. So I tend to do that. It's not me bullshitting. It's just my brain not knowing when to shut the FCK up. I will say though, I'm good at spotting lies in others. I have a buddy who, I'm the least racist guy in the room. When my in-laws try to tell me how to be a good supervisor when none of them have ever gotten to even a lead position, let alone a supervisor or above. It's amazing how they think they are giving great advice when no one has ever done it. When non-rich people tell you how to get rich. Anything organic. Any source with the word truth in the title. When someone says they've researched something. Watching YouTube videos that support what you already believe isn't research. In Zoom class with cameras off. So sorry teacher. I was in the bathroom. Really? Every time? I've noticed that ISHTU not actually means I am. In fact. As a doctor. You're such a good doctor. No one has ever listened to me like you do. Also, the only thing that works for my pain is oxycodone. When I see fake homeless people standing by the road or at a gas station, it's very easy to see them. What does a fake homeless person look like? Man, if that were me, I would have. This COVID thing is such a joke. People with I'm all about good vibes only in their profiles usually give off the most shitty vibes. Anytime a woman says girls are just too much drama. That's why I'm only friends with men. Employees calling in sick for a Sunday opening shift. Pre-pandemic. Of course. On Friday I got a call from the district manager for where I work, saying a few of my co-workers had tested positive for COVID. I was told I technically don't have to get tested. Ding ding ding, BS alert. So I went to get tested. When I'm talking to a girl and she leaves me and read for a couple of days and says sorry. When a co-worker tries to warn you about other co-workers, watch out for so and so, they're really sending a big signal to watch out for them. It's always the ones that try to steer you away from drama that become drama black holes themselves. Now I'm not, insert exactly what they are, but anyone who is too nice charming. I'm a nurse. A fellow nurse at work showed me a video on her phone this week that had a doctor talking about the possible side effects of the upcoming COVID vaccine. The doctor started giving her credentials, her board certification, her NIT bestsellers. When she said that she had been on Oprah like 10 times, my confidence started going down. As well as Dr. Oz, confidence plummeting. Then she said that other than the normal side effects from the heavy metals in all vaccines that turn us into antennae for 5G, And that was it for me. I'm out. Anyone who calls themselves an empath. When 10-year-olds say that they have black belts in karate. Being a 12-year-old. When people keep making excuses for why they can't take responsibility. We need to have a conversation about fill in the blank. No, you don't. A conversation is a two-way street with both talking and listening. When you say we need to have a conversation, you mean you want to talk and you want me to shut up and agree with what you're saying. Not always. Sometimes people use this phrase to bring up issues and actually want to talk things through with the person. Other times it's just a lecture. Anytime someone starts a sentence with "I don't mean to sound racist, rude, but..." Nope. 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 More often than not. That is exactly what they do mean to do when they start off like that. A guy I met on a game wondered where I was from. I said Sweden. He said, "Oh, I'm from Sweden too." I wondered how many years he had been in Sweden. He said 6. I told him to talk some Swedish. He said no. Is he really from Sweden? Answer is no.